Well, here we are at Wimborne Road. It's Easter weekend, and that can only mean one thing, and that's the Good Friday meeting here at Wimborne Road. It's become as big a tradition as the Queen's second birthday. I remember coming here as a kid after the Hansgrohe motocross over at Matcham's Park or at Hamer Warren. So the Good Friday meeting has been a massive tradition here at Poole, and we're here for it again. A lovely sunny day. We're taking on the Swindon Robins this time round in the new Premiership Supporters Cup. Got there in the end. The new Premiership Supporters Cup. The first leg of this round was last night, and that ended in a 45-all draw, and we'll pick up some interviews with the riders about that a little later on. But firstly, on Monday we went away to Peterborough at the East of England Showground and picked up a point in the Premiership, this SUB Premiership, our first league meeting of the season as defending champions. So good to come away from a point up there. Jack Holder, 11 plus 1 for him, so good meeting for him. And Nicolaj top scored with 12, Nicolai Klindt. So we're looking forward to today's meeting immensely. I'm looking forward to the clashes, and obviously first time Jason Doyle's been back since he got passed on that last turn by Bomber. So I don't know whether I'll mention that to him, but we'll have a think about it. We'll go over to the pits now and get some interviews. Right, here with team manager Neil Middleditch of Poole. Neil, big week for the riders this week. Monday, obviously some had European commitments. Last night at Swindon and now today. Tough week for them. Yeah, it is a tough week, but I mean, we've only got the one meeting today. Normally we have two on a bank holiday, so the boys can sort of get the meeting over today and chill out, hopefully. There's not many commitments in Poland, so none of the boys are going to go back. But yeah, it's a good start. New Swindon track last night, which was very impressed with, and a good result for us. Yeah, I mean, good result again on Monday, you know, to go away. Thank you. Cakes all round from Roscoe, there's a surprise. So Peterborough was the first in the SUB Premiership this season. So good to start and bring a point home. Yeah, it was good. You know, I felt we should have won. You know, you've got a couple of boys just falling a little bit short, perhaps. So you're obviously not going to point fingers, but I think what I've seen so far, I'm very pleased with. I think we've got a good strength and depth team, and you know, when we all fire together, we're very dangerous. And you know, we've had a couple of very narrow losses, and say Peterborough was one, but I think it was a really good performance from the boys. Well, to go from there and then go to Swindon in the Premiership Supporters Cup and pretty much do the same but come home with a draw. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, I'm very pleased to say you cut the 46-44. I thought last night at Swindon we were going to have another one, 46-44 loss, but we got the draw. So that was a bit of a sigh of relief for me and Matt and probably all the riders and fans as well. So yeah, good to come home with something for sure. Any team news for today? Are we missing anybody today? Yeah, we've got Richie Worrell. Unfortunately, he's got a ride for Leicester because this is not a normal race night. They get priority over us, so he's there. So we'll be running rider replacement for Richie today. I think that could be an advantage today, actually, on a track like today. Yeah, possibly. We'll have to see. I mean, it's a hot day, isn't it? But I mean, you know, it's hot for England, only what 20 odd degrees. But yeah, no, we'll see how it goes. It's always tough when the boys are going to have 2 or 3 on a trot, but we'll be fine. And the boys aren't used to riding at this time of the morning here either. No, they're not used to getting up this time of the morning, let alone riding it. But no, they're fine. Luckily, Swindon last night, you know, we were back home from Swindon about 11:15, so you know the boys got to bed nice and early, and up this morning I cooked them a couple of bacon sandwich, keep them happy. Oh, good. Thanks, mate, and enjoy the meeting. Obviously, you will. Thanks, mate. Cheers. So I'm joined by Swindon manager and my little buddy, Adam Rossiter. The question on everybody's lips, how did your dart team get on this year in the Swindon District League? I'm not really sure. I'm sort of not keeping... Obviously, you must have beaten us by the sounds of it. No, not at all, not at all. It's always good to see a good pub team in any dart league, and I know you've got a good pub, so you must have a good team. Yeah, no, we've done quite well. We had a good win last week. We took out, me and my mate in the competition, took out Lee Evans last week, so that was quite impressive. I was pretty pumped for that. Not the comedian, ladies and gentlemen, the dart player. Now, on to real things. First home meeting last night, obviously massive job to get the track ready, and credit to everybody for getting it on, and what a good meeting it was. Yeah, no, full credit. You know, I got to admit I was a bit of a doubter as well. We had issues on Tuesday, and it certainly wasn't ready Tuesday. But the 2 days after that, the turnaround was absolutely unbelievable, and the racing in the end was brilliant. It didn't cut up at all. There was full praise from both sets of riders and management. So it's full credit to our track staff, Ronnie and Terry, and all the track staff guys of what they did, you know, because they didn't have a lot of time, because bearing in mind we got dog owners and we have to fit in between the racing and that, so it's not as if we had days on it. It was only like a day on a Saturday,
day on a Thursday, half a day here, half a day there. So it wasn't ideal. They all said it was smooth, but obviously we can still see there's lines that we need to address, but that will take time, a little bit of time, and we'll work on that and get it right. Surely that only comes after meeting and the track bedding itself in. Oh, exactly. I mean, for the track to ride like it did last night and didn't rut up at all was a big testimony to everybody and all the hard work that was put in. Well, we've seen at GPs how that can happen to these tracks and when they were at first laid, so credit to everybody. So the result, were you happy with the result, or did you think you got away with it? No, I didn't think we got away with it. I think we got robbed in the end. I think some of the decisions by Dave Robinson last night was absolutely atrocious. Clearly, Jason Doyle was in front of Nico, and they just come together, and it was just a touch, and for him to exclude him was absolutely scandalous. And I think also it was harsh on Dawid Lampart in the first one. Nobody's fault. Josh locked up really bad, and if David hadn't let it down, he would have gone straight through Josh. And yet, you know, the referee just let it carry on. But we were 8 points down a couple of times. To come back is a good testament of the team. So I'm sure we'll only get better. You know, that was our first meeting at home, our second meeting together. We've had no press practice or nothing. So I think the boys have done really well. And it feels like the season's actually kicking in now and starting for you, obviously. Yeah, but whilst we want to win this, but it's not the be-all and end-all. As I just said to David, you know, he's a bit stressed, and but I told him he's in England now, not in Poland. There's no pressure on him. And, you know, he put 2 points he scored. They were both from the back last night, so encouraging signs. Good stuff, mate. Thanks for the chat, and good luck for the day. And I really do mean that. Thank you. Good luck with the darts. Thanks, mate. So, with Adam Ellis from the Somerset Robins even. Start again. Swindon even. I just had to look at him and I went wrong. So, I'm with Adam Ellis from Swindon Robins. Adam, does it feel like the season's finally started now you've had a home meeting? Yeah, absolutely. It's started pretty late, but yeah, it's nice to get a few meetings in this week and some decent results for the team. So hopefully we can finish the week with a strong result here. Obviously, you come off a Heat 15. Trapped it and went, I heard. Yeah, it was good. I struggled finding the setup all night. It was a bit slicker than what we wanted, but the track staff did good to get the meeting on after practice Tuesday. The track weren't very good, so yeah, we was all pretty happy. We started off pretty poor last night, but turned it around in the end, so hopefully we can hit them from Heat 1 here. Well, you know this track inside out. I know you as a friend. I'm hoping you don't go too well, but at the same time, I know you've got a job to do. Yeah, well, let's hope I do go well. You love this place, don't be daft. Yeah, no, it's good. Hopefully we can have a good meeting. Cheers, mate. So, here with Josh. Big week it's been for Poole Pirates this week. Rounded off by your heat last night. Yeah, you know, Peterborough was a little bit disappointing because we were winning there for a little bit and then managed to throw it away right at the end. But, you know, my performance wasn't real good there. But the rest of the boys done well. Jack had a good meeting there, and then, yeah, last night Swindon we didn't really know what to expect because it's a new track and it was new for everyone. So, you know, it's really cool shape and stuff. It's a little bit wavy, but once they sort that out, it'll be good. And yeah, Midlow just said Heat 15, make sure you split them so we at least get a draw. And me and Nick were on a 3-all there for a little bit, and then when I looked and seen Batchelor, I was like, oh, I better get my head down and have a crack. But yeah, you know, we battled there for a couple of laps and then there was a bit of passing and repassing and I managed to get him on the line by about half a wheel. Us fans actually love it when you Aussies are going wheel to wheel because there's just something about you guys doing that other nations don't kind of do it the same way. Yeah, I don't know. We've got a lot of respect for each other. We're a long way away from home and, you know, Batch is a fair rider. He'll never wipe you out. And I'm not saying that about anyone else either. Like, you know, it's always good to race with the Aussies. You always get one over each other on. I went over the line and went like this to him just to wind him up a little bit more. But, yeah, you know, it was a good race, good clean race, and yeah, I managed to do him, so I was even better. I know the travelling fans really enjoyed it last night, seeing social media and what have you. Let's hope we have some more of that today. Yeah, definitely. We're still trying to get our heads around this nominated race and stuff, but yeah, track looks good today. You know, it was a little bit wet last week when we were here, so you know, I spoke to Neil and he's managed to do a good job today, and it looks awesome. So hopefully it'll be good racing. Have a beaut, mate. And you. Cheers. Cheers. Good luck. So, with Dan Ford, co-promoter, not watcher, not fan, co-promoter now. How's it been?
Wow, that's nice to hear, isn't it? Actually, yeah, it's been full on. Yeah, absolutely crazy, but yeah, enjoying every step of it so far.
So, has it been everything you expected it to be, or a little bit more, or because we all know Dad in the press and what have you, and we get a really good insight. Is it bigger or smaller than you think?
The role's definitely a lot bigger than I was expecting, but I'm happy to take it on. It's not all quite as glamorous as I thought it was going to be, getting down and dirty quite a lot. So yeah, but I'm enjoying it so far. So yeah, all good.
So how does it feel to be like following the shoes of the best, most elite promoter ever? Although he's Dad at home, here he's the best ever.
Yeah, big shoes to fill. Obviously, I'm not getting my hopes up. If I can have half the success he's had, then I've done a great job. So, and I'm fully aware of that. So, yeah, not getting my hopes up just yet.
Just keep that big smile on your face, mate. Hopefully the guys can keep winning and everybody be smiling here at Poole.
Exactly. Yeah, looking forward to tonight. So yeah, it'll be a tough one, but yeah, should be good.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for giving us 2 minutes. Cheers.
Cheers.
As always here on a Good Friday, bumper crowd at Wimborne Road. Mentioned earlier, it's like a tradition down here. Every Good Friday Speedway at Wimborne Road. Riders having a little look at their gates. Something they tend to do is pop out and have a little kick of the one they're going off of. There may have been track alterations since they walked it. Half hour, 3/4 hour ago. Sun dried it a little more. Little discussion between the riders from both teams is always good to see. Bit of friendly banter. We should also mention today that this is a Premiership Supporters Cup. It's a slightly different meeting. Heat 14, the riders are decided by a vote, that's via social media. So that's a new thing for us to have had here at Poole. Nigel's just announcing now a former rider of Poole, Colin Goody, passed away this week. And the crowd are going to have a minute's applause in his memory. A hard trier. Did a lot in his short time here at the club, the 4 years, and gave his all in the tail end of his career. So I'm sure the fans will appreciate his efforts, and obviously our condolences go to Colin's family and friends at this sad time. So we now go to the team's introduction. Couple of changes. A few unavailable riders for Swindon at reserve. So James Sarjeant replaces James Shanes. At number 6, another change. Dimitri Berge comes in for Zach Wozniacki. At number 5, Thomas Musielak. At number 4, for the Swindon Robins, former Pirate Adam Ellis. At number 3, also another former Pirate, Troy Batchelor. At number 2, for Swindon, he's had a spell at reserve at Swindon, and now he's into the team at number 2, Dawid Lampart. And number 1, for the Swindon Robins, needs no introduction, captain, former world champion, former Pirate, Jason Doyle. So now we move on to the number 1 carpet cleaning Poole Pirates. At number 7, Nicholas Boost Jacobsen. At number 6, in a good run of form at the moment, it's Nico Covatti. At number 5, it's Brady Kurtz. 13 points last night at Swindon. The man really in form, started the season flying. Looks like he's got a little prize for somebody in the crowd. At number 4, our captain, the one and only Grajczonek. We seem to have a comp now. Who can throw the furthest? Oh! Superb. Josh made the crowd again. At number 3, it's Nicolai Klindt. Great meeting at Peterborough on Monday for us. 12 points scored. He's cheating a little, going further forward than the others, but he hasn't quite made it. It's still Brady Kurtz that's thrown the furthest. So no number 2 tonight. Richie Worrell's with his club Leicester. So we go straight to number 1, Jack Holder. Who's let's hope he rides better than he throws. He's hit the roof of the stand. Anyway, that's all the fun down here on the track. I'll hand you over in commentary to Steve.
Well, thanks for that, Scott. As we get ready for the opening heat, a huge crowd has turned up here on this Good Friday. It certainly is good weather-wise, and who will it be good for out on track here this morning? And at 11:30 starts, about quarter to 12 now. Just had a slight delay, the crowd still arriving, but we're ready to go. Heat number 1 of this Premiership Supporters Cup. And the lineup, we've got Nicolai Klindt coming out off gate number 1, coming in for Richie Worrell. Of course, rider replacement for him because Richie's riding for Leicester at Redcar tonight in the Championship. Gate number 2, that sees Dawid Lampart, who's been struggled a bit early season as the Poole, who did have a few outings for Poole back in 2009 before he signed for Eastbourne, and then he ended up with Swindon and he won the Championship, the Elite League with them in 2012. He's off 2. Jack Holder's off 3, former world champion Jason Doyle, former Pirate off 4. The race is underway into that first turn. A good start by Lampart from the inside, and it is Jason Doyle who leads the way then. Doyle out in front. Lampart is in second place. Klindt is in third. Jack Holder, who's been struggling for points so far this season, apart from the meeting at Peterborough on Monday, where Poole went down to a narrow point defeat. He's at the back. It is Doyle who leads the way. Of course, he hasn't ridden here since the heartbreak riding for Somerset last year when Chris Harris found a way past off the final bend to see the Pirates through to the Premiership Grand Final. Here comes Klindt. Here comes Klindt on the inside as Lampart will ease hit problems there as they start the final lap. It is Jason Doyle who leads the way. And well, in actual fact, we were given false information. It's not Nicolai Klindt, it is Nikolaj Busk Jakobsen in blue. We apologise for that. We'll have to shoot the messenger after that one. So we do apologise, live commentary here. And well, that's Jason Doyle who takes the victory, takes the flag win for him. Second place, that goes to Nikolaj Busk Jakobsen. Third spot to Jack Holder. Dawid Lampart, unfortunate there for him to suffer that engine failure when on a 5-1 with Doyle. So it does end up as a 3-all in heat number 1, honours even. So we move on to heat number 2 then, and this one we see Zach Wojtek coming out off gate number 1. He's found points a bit hard to come by in the early matches of the season. Gate number 2 is Nico Covatti. He certainly has not. He's been scoring very well. He scored 7 points last night in the draw at Swindon. It was a battling draw for both teams, as the Robins, well, they almost snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. They were 8 points behind early on at home against Poole, but they were on a 5-1 in the final race until Josh Grajczonek beat Troy Batchelor to the run into the line on heat 15. Cracking meeting though. That is James Shanes. He comes out off gate number 3. Nico Covatti off 2. Nikolaj Busk Jacobsen is off gate 4. We've got him right in this one, and it is Wojtek from the inside who's made a best start. He leads the way. Shanes is in second place, or Covatti, sorry, is in second place. In third spot, it is in second place, it is Covatti. In third spot, Busk Jacobsen. At the back, James Shanes, of course, he was a pirate in the early weeks of the season here last year, but he struggled, and he's struggling again here in his opening race. It is Wojtek who leads the way. We understand he only won 1 race last year away from Swindon in the Premiership, but he looks like he could be getting a victory here in his opening ride as they come around to start the final lap. Then it is Wojtek that leads the way. From in second place, Covatti. Busk Jacobsen is in third. Shanes at the back. Follow a leader in heat number 2. It looks like being a shared heat as Wojtek, he's going to come round. He takes the victory. Second place, that goes to Covatti. Third spot to Nicolai Busk Jacobsen. Nothing there for James Shanes. He is struggling for points in the Premiership this season, is James. But Zach Wojtek, perhaps a surprising winner of heat number 2, and it does mean it's a second shared heat. So after 2 races, Poole move on to 6, and the Robins are on 6. So moving on to heat number 3, then the riders coming around quite swiftly for each race. Of course, the track it's going to have to be well watered here this morning. So glorious Good Friday here, and we understand it's going to get even warmer over the next couple of days, and that's unbelievable for Easter in the United Kingdom. Heat number 3, then we've got Josh Grajczonek coming out off gate number 1. Gate number 2, that sees Adam Ellis. Gate number 3 is Brady Kurtz, and gate number 4 is Tobiasz Musielak, who scored paid 10 last night at Swindon. Of course, the newly reshaped Robins circuit, and it certainly got the seal of approval from all the riders and the fans as well. The track staff have done a great job in well, just less than a month to get the shortened track there at Blunsdon. Heat number 3 scores a level out of the start, and it's that first turn, and again it's the rider in the white helmet colour who's made a good start. That is Tobiasz Musielak. He leads the way. Ellis is in second place. Kurtz in third. Grajczonek is at the back as they complete the opening lap then. And Tobiasz Musielak it is who leads the way. Tobiasz, where he scored 12 points at Wolverhampton on Monday as Swindon went down to a narrow 2-point defeat. Grajczonek gets very close there to Adam Ellis. That could have been carnage, but he just managed to slow himself down just enough to avoid running into the back of Adam Ellis as they come round to complete lap number 3 then. It is Musielak that leads the way from Ellis in second. Grajczonek is in third. Kurtz surprisingly at the back as the dust, well, it's starting to billow up now here at Wimborne Road. They're going to have a hard job to keep the dust under control as Tobiasz Musielak, well, he's in control of heat number 3, and Adam Ellis gets a paid win. First spot goes to Grajczonek. Nothing there for Brady Kurtz. It is a 5-1 for the visitors, and the Robins, well, they take the lead for the first time today, and they move into 11 points to 7 advantage after 3 races. They pulled it similar last night at Blunsdon. They led by 8 points at one stage, but the Robins hit back to draw as Musielak, well, he celebrates on one wheel. There's a few Swindon fans who've made the journey down here this morning for this encounter, and they'll be delighted with Tobiasz and Adam in heat 3. So moving on to heat number 4, the lineup for this one. Nico Covatti comes out of gate number 1, second place in his first ride. Gate number 2, James Shanes, he finished at the back in his first outing. Gate 3, Nicolai Klindt, he is out in this one. So we thought, or someone gave us the false information that he was out in heat number 1. But he's out off of gate number 3 in this one. And gate number 4, that's his Troy Batchelor, who was involved in that cracking race with Josh Grajczonek last night at Blunsdon. Troy, well, he started the season well. He scored 12 points last night alongside Jason Doyle. And he scored 14 points at Wolves on Monday, so he's hit the ground running as the Aussie, the former Pirate. Heat number 4, the Pirates need to hit the ground running here in this one. If they say trail by 4, but it is Batchelor off gate number 4 who leads the way from Covatti in second place. Here comes Klindt around the outside of James Shanes. It's another shared heat situation at the moment then, as Troy Batchelor it is who leads the way from Klindt in second place. In third spot it is Covatti. James Shanes again not getting out the start. He does struggle out the start at this level. He rides for Sheffield in the Championship. Scores a few more points in that division, but say it is a struggle for him at this level. As Batchelor, well, it's certainly not for him. He's going to come around and start the final lap with a good lead. It is Troy Batchelor from Nicolai Klindt in second place. Nico Covatti back in third. Looks like being another shared race. The Robins, well, they've supplied each of the race winners so far, and they get another one here in heat number 4. Second place goes to Klindt, third spot to Covatti. Shanes fails to score for the second race in a row, but Troy Batchelor, well, quickly back to the pits for him as he takes an opening race victory. So having a bit of a watering before heat number 5, and you probably would have noticed with the graphics that have been inserted over the race, and we've made a couple of errors already this morning. It is early season, of course, but we didn't get the information that Dimitri Berge is in for Zach Voigt next, so it was Dimitri who won heat number 2, of course, and also James Sarjeant is coming for James Shanes. So Sarjeant, well, he finished at the back in heat number 2, and he also finished at the back in heat number 4. So apologies for that, but hopefully that will be the end of the errors on our part as we get ready for heat number 5. We do know the 4 riders in that one: Brady Kurtz, Josh Grajczonek, Jason Doyle and Dawid Lampart. That will be up and running in a moment. So the riders are out on track then for heat number 5, and just as we said, we've got the right 4 riders in this one. So it's Dawid Lampart off gate number 1. He was lucky in his first ride when he was on a paid win and he had that engine failure. Haven't heard through from Nigel Lee over the PA, unfortunately, what the problem was. Hopefully not terminal with his machine. Josh Grajczonek comes out off gate number 2. He got a point in his first ride. Gate number 3, that sees Jason Doyle. He got a win, of course, and from the outside, Brady Kurtz, who ran a last in his first outing. Gates 1 and 4 are working well again here this morning as the race gets underway. But Doyle, he's made a super gate there off of gate number 3, and he's a former world champion that leads the way. Lampart has got through into second place. Brady Kurtz and Grajczonek are in third and fourth. It is a 5-1-4 Swindon. They were on one in heat number 1, but until Lampart hit problems, and well, he's under pressure now from Grajczonek. It's very close between all 4 riders. Jason Doyle leads the way. He's just stretching that lead now out in front. Grajczonek has got through into second place. Lampart under pressure now from Kurtz on the inside. It's turned a 5-1-4 Swindon into a 4-2, but they do still hold advantage to the Robins as Lampart, well, he just locked up there, and Kurtz has got through. In the third place, the crowd around us, mostly Poole fans, of course, they are clapping and cheering as Lampart, well, he has now come off. Doyle, well, he's looking very dangerous here this morning, or early afternoon now as it is, of course. He wins heat number 5, 2 rides, 2 wins for Jason. Second place goes to Grajczonek, third spot to Brady Kurtz. With Dawid Lampart, well, he could have had a hatful of points already, but unfortunately he's scored 0 from his first 2 races, having been passed by Grajczonek and then Kurtz in that one before he fell. It does result in another shared heat, so Swindon, well, they do still lead by that 4-point advantage that they gained in heat number 3. 17 points to them, 13 to Poole after 5 races. So moving on to race number 6 then. And this one we've got Troy Batchelor coming out off of gate number 1. Nico Covatti, he comes out off gate number 2, taking a rider replacement out in for Worrell. Dimitri Berge comes out off gate number 3, and Jack Holder is the rider off of gate number 4. So the Pirates yet to have a race winner after 5 races, a third away through this Premiership Supporters Cup. 4 teams are in this group. We've got these 2 teams, of course, also Kings Lynn and Ipswich, who will both be racing here in the coming weeks at Wimborne Road. And in the other group, Bellevue, Peterborough and Wolves, the winners going through to the final. Heat number 6, it is underway as they come towards us into that first turn. A good start by Batchelor. He leads the way. From in second place, it is Nico Covatti. Here comes Jack Holder around the outside. He now moves past Covatti into that second place. Berge, who won heat number 2, he is at the back in race number 6. But Troy Batchelor it is who leads the way. He won heat number 4 off of gate 4, and he's now winning heat number 6 off of gate number 1. Of course, the 2 very much favoured gates in the opening meeting here last week when Kings Lynn narrowly won in the Premiership Shield, although it was the Pirates that won their 26th trophy in the last 20 years under the Matt Ford-Neil Middleditch combination. Pirates won it overall. They're struggling here this morning though at the moment. They're just not getting race winners as Batchelor's great early season form continues. He's going to come round and win heat number 6, second place. That goes to Holder. Struggling out the starts is Jack early season. Third spot goes to Covatti. Berge finishes at the back, and that's our 5th shared heat in the opening 6 races. So once again, it is the Swindon Robins who hold on to that 4-point advantage, 20 points to 16. And Troy Batchelor, he joins his fellow teammate Jason Doyle, has been unbeaten after his first 2 races. So we come on to heat number 7. Can the Pirates get a heat winner in this one? Let alone a heat advantage at the moment. They'd just be happy to get a race winner, I'm sure, as the riders come out to the line for this one. Adam Ellis comes out of gate number 1. He got a paid win in his first race. It's going to be tough for Poole because Tobiasz Musielak, he won his first outing. He was part, of course, of the only 5-1 or only heat advantage so far this evening in heat number 3. That was for Swindon, and it's Nicolai Klindt out for Poole off gate number 2, Nico Covatti off gate number 4, which has been working pretty well so far tonight, this afternoon. Now, heat number 7, Poole 16, Swindon 20, as the race gets underway. Great start there by Klindt off of gate number 2. He leads away, but Covatti has taken a tumble. Will he get off the track in time? He's staying down at the moment. The heat is continuing, but the red lights have now come on. Referee Ronnie Allen has got no choice but to stop that heat because Nico Covatti is still down on the ground, and well, a decision for the referee to make, and we can see that the blue exclusion light has come on for the Argentinian, unfortunately for him. So well, there is a hole going into that first turn. I'm not sure whether Nico, well, I don't think Nico would have hit that. He was coming off gate number 4, but well, now he doesn't seem too happy with track conditions at the moment. But a restart has been ordered by referee Ronnie Allen, who had in fact retired last season, but with a dearth of referees these days, he's been given a 2-year extension to continue as a ref, and he's made the decision that Covatti, after a bright start to the meeting, with paid 6 from his first 3 rides, he's out of his 4th outing, so Klindt will have to go by himself against Musielak and Ellis. So heat number 7, the rerun then. Nicolai Klindt, who'd made a terrific start so far. No rider has won off of gate number 2, but Klindt was there for a spell. What can he do in the rerun as the race gets underway? And he has made a pretty good start, but Musielak has made a better one. It is the Poole that leads the way. Tobiasz Musielak out in front with Klindt in second place, renowned as a fast gaiter, of course, the Dane. And he's been scoring some good points for Poole early doors, but he's in second place in this one. Adam Ellis back in 3rd. It is a 4-2 for the Robins, and they could be extending that lead to 6 points as we approach the halfway stage of this Supporters Cup fixture. It is Musielak then, who's held in front. He scored played 10 last night at Blunsdon, and he scored 12 points at Monmore Green on Monday. Of course, he was a former Wolf a few years ago as they start the final lap. Musielak it is who leads the way from Klindt in second. Third spot, it is Adam Ellis. It looks like being another race winner for a Swindon rider. They've won every heat so far today, and it's going to be win number 7 and the second victory for Tobiasz. 2 points goes to Klindt, 1 to Adam Ellis. It is a 4-2 for the visitors. The Swindon fans to our right, well, they're obviously delighted with the way things have gone for them at the moment, as they move into a 24 points to 18 lead after 7 races. On to heat number 8. We've just had another track grade, and hopefully so it keep the dust down. They've done a pretty good job so far on that front. We've got a couple of changes in this one, and well, we've got there early. We have got Dimitri Berge. He comes out of gate number 1. He's replacing James Sarjeant. Of course, he's replacing James Shanes. Berge is replacing Zach Voigtnecht in the Swindon lineup. Gate number 2, that's his Nicolai Jakobsen. Gate number 3, Dawid Lampart, who's been unlucky so far. And, well, you maybe think of him as one of the favourites for this race, although Nicolai Klindt is off the favoured gate number 4. Nikolaj started with a couple of second places so far. He'll be looking to maybe get a victory. Jason Doyle won off gate 1 in heat number 1. Tobiasz Musielak in heat 3. Troy Batchelor in heat number 4. As heat number 8, it gets underway, and Lampart has made a pretty good start. So's Berge, but Nicolai Klindt has got the run around the outside, and he's got the speed going down the back straight to move through in the first place. Berge is in second, Lampart is in third. Busk Jakobsen is at the back in this one, as he's chasing down Dawid Lampart, and he could be finding a way past the pole. It's close between the riders in heat number 8, as Klindt it is who leads the way. Here comes Jacobsen again. He can't quite find a way past Lampart. Thrilling action for third place, as Berge, well, he's riding a good race in second position. Lampart, is he going to score his first point of the meeting? He's been a bit unlucky so far. He is in third place ahead of Jacobsen. The last lap flag being shown. It is Nicolai Klindt that leads the way, and this will be the first Poole race winner of the meeting in heat number 8. He's going to come round and take the checkered flag, but with Busk Jakobsen at the back, it's only going to be a shared heat, as Berge finishes second. Lampart scores his first points in third, and at the back it is Busk Jakobsen. So it is a shared heat, but importantly for Poole, at least it is a race winner. Everyone round our commentary position, the dust has come up, and well, just about everyone there, and everyone's coughing and spluttering, and they will be cheering in a moment. Most of them, of course, Poole fans, as the huge crowd in the main stand just applauding Nikolaj, and well, you can see that the fans just to our left, they're also applauding the Dane, as Klindt wins heat number 8, say the first Poole rider to win a race, but they don't score heat advantage. They're still trailing by 6, 21 to the Pirates, 27 to the Robins. So the riders out on track then for heat number 9. The riders were just been given a bit of extra time, or rather Dimitri Berge has, because he's out in this one. He comes out of gate number 4. The impressive Troy Batchelor, 2 rides, 2 wins. He comes out of gate number 2. Brady Kurtz is off the inside gate. He's struggled so far at the start. Grajczonek is off gate number 3. The race gets underway, and it is Kurtz from the inside who leads the way then from Batchelor in second place. Here comes Batchelor on the inside. Look how tight it is down that back straight, but Kurtz leads it from Batchelor in second. Grajczonek is in third. Berge is at the back. It is a heat advantage for Poole, and this could be their first of the meeting and reduce the lead to just 4 points. It could get down to 2 if Grajczonek could possibly find a way past Batchelor, but track conditions, they've slickered off somewhat now, as Brady Kurtz it is who leads the way. Batchelor is going to suffer his first defeat in heat number 9. He's back in second. Grajczonek in third, Berge at the back. The final lap flag being shown, and it is Kurtz who leads. This will be his first win of the night, or sorry, of the day, rather. He's going to come round and take the win. 2 wins in a row for Poole Rider. That's lit up the crowd somewhat. Second place goes to Batchelor. Third spot to Grajczonek with Berge at the back in that one. So a 4-2 for Poole. So their first heat advantage of the meeting, and it means they move on to 25 with Swindon. Well, they're still leading, but it's in that lead cut to 4. They move on to 29. Brady wins his first race. So we move on to heat number 10, and this one, where it brings out Jack Holder off gate number 1, paid for from his first 2 rides. He would have just seen Brady and Nicolai win the last 2 races. He'll be hoping to do likewise, make it a hat-trick of Poole wins. He's off the favoured gate number 1 in this one, where Kurtz won from in heat number 9. So Holder off gate number 1. Tobiasz Musielak, he's off gate number 2. He started off superbly, 2 wins out of 2. But so far today we've not had a race winner off of gate number 2. We have had 1 winner off gate 3, of course. That was Jason Doyle in heat 5, the only winner off of a gate other than 1 and 4 today. So Musielak off 2. Nico Covatti takes the ride replacement out and off 3. Of course, he had that exclusion his last ride. He wasn't happy with the track or Ronnie Allen's decision, I don't think. He's off gate 3. And Adam Ellis, who's scored paid for so far, he's off gate number 4. This is a strong pairing for the Robins. What can Holder do? Well, he can make a good start, and so can Covatti. As Poole, they're on a heat advantage here as they go down the back straight. But it is Musielak who's got round on the inside of Holder to lead the way. Fine riding there by Tobiasz. It is Musielak out in front then, although he lost control there for a split second a couple of times, but he's regained it. He still leads the way. As Covatti, well, he's been passed on the inside by Adam Ellis. Jack Holder still holding on to that second place. The Pirates, well, they make good starts in this one, but this strong pairing for Swindon, they have worked their way through the field and they now hold a 4-2 heat advantage. Musielak, well, he's looking super sharp here today, isn't he? He really has started off the season extraordinarily well for Swindon, and he leads going into the final lap. He was one of their secret weapons a couple of years ago when the Robins won the Elite League. The final time it was run as the Elite League. Of course, now it is the Premiership. And in this Premiership Supporters Cup, it's going to win there for Tobiasz Musielak. 3 wins out of 3. Had to do his work from the back there to find a way past Jack Holder, who made the start. And then Adam Ellis, well, he got the better of Nico Covatti, who fails to score for the 2nd race in a row. But that man, Tobiasz Musielak, 3 rides and 3 wins. Now, really, have got a very strong heat leader trio, have the Robins, proving it there in heat 10 with Musielak winning another race. Swindon now move on to 33. The Pirates on to 27.
So here with Gary May, Somerset Rebels manager. Are you missing the Premiership?
Maybe yes or no.
It wasn't a trick question. Come on, son. we need an answer. I understand what you're saying. I'll put you on the spot a little bit.
Yeah.
I for a fan, I'm missing Somerset big time.
Yeah, we would have liked to stay there, but obviously it's down to cost at the end of the day. And if we'd come up in this league, what riders would we have had? You know, there's a lack of riders at top end as well, so I don't know. You know what I mean? Right, mate? You know what I mean? So.
Like I said, I think Somerset was, for me, everybody's next favourite club after their own, and you brought something to the Premiership that maybe other clubs couldn't have brought. So it is a shame to see you go. But now, having said that, you've gone back down, and it looks like a good start for you.
Yeah, we had a home win against Birmingham. We obviously took a smacking at Eastbourne, but we went to Birmingham and the boys come all good. But you know, with that league and the way the team's built, which was the only way we could do it, we got a top end strength and like slightly weaker at the bottom. But these boys got to learn somewhere, so they come through in the end, hopefully.
The Wednesday night thing hasn't really kicked in for you yet. I know Wednesdays was a good night for Somerset to be riding.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's better than a Friday because everyone used to moan that it was a terrible down the M5, so we're finding Wednesdays is okay for us.
Well, that's good to hear, good to hear. No, come and join us, Debbie, come and join us. We're talking about your club and you. We're talking about the Wednesday night thing, no traffic. Hopefully it'll work for you.
Yeah, but we've gone back to Fridays today, so it might not.
Hey, look, well, we ride on Good Friday here, and it's like, you know, it's tradition that we ride Good Friday here at Poole. It's like the Queen having a 2nd birthday, you know, it's that big a tradition here.
Yeah, it is, yeah. There's always a good crowd, isn't it, on Good Fridays and Easter, everywhere, Speedway.
And I think every club has that kind of draw at some point of the year at some time. So maybe it may not be Fridays for you this time.
No, it should have been the other Wednesday when you guys were in town and we lost out to the weather. We're not born with the righteous in Somerset, but yeah, no, it'll be good when you're back in the 1st of May, so hopefully.
Well, I'm hoping to come up. I've just had an invite from Mr. May. Yeah, I didn't get one from you, but I've got one from Mr. May, so hopefully we'll make that. Thanks ever so much for talking to us, and we really appreciate it.
No problem, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So back after the interval break, we're on to heat number 11, and this one it sees Nicolai Klindt coming out off gate number 1, gate number 2 Jason Doyle, gate number 3 Nikolaj Busk Jacobsen, and Dawid Lampart. He comes out for his 4th and what will be his final ride. You would imagine, although he is in the Twitter vote, that Alan Roster has just nominated him alongside Jason Doyle, Adam Ellis and Tobiasz Musielak, and Neil Dimitri has gone for Jack Holder, Nicolai Klindt, Josh Grajczonek and Brady Kurtz. So 2 of those riders from each side were coming out in heat number 14, voted by the fans on Twitter. So heat number 11 with Swindon. They've been in the lead since heat number 3, 6 points up at the moment, 33 to 27 as the race gets underway. Fast start on the inside there. In fact, it is the rider in white. That is Jason Doyle, who's made the best start. He leads the way. Doyle off gate number 2 then. He leads it from the 2 Pirates in 2nd and 3rd. Sponsored, of course, this season by number 1 Carpet Cleaning the company. And at the back it is Dawid Lampart, but Jason Doyle, well, he really is looking untouchable here this afternoon now, isn't he? He's stretching that lead out in front as they come round to start lap number 3. Started off at gate number 2. We've had 1 winner so far off gate number 2. It looks like being a couple though. A couple of winners off gate number 3, 3 off gate number 1 and 4 off gate number 4. So it certainly has been a more even spread today than it was here last week against Kings Lynn in the Premiership Shield. They're on the final lap. Doyle is looking a different class here. Of course, the only rider who's riding the Grand Prix series this year who's racing in the UK, and showing his class there, the 2017 world champion. He wins heat number 11. 2nd place goes to Busk Jacobsen. 3rd spot to Nicolai Klindt. Dawid Lampart, where he finishes, just paid 2 from his 4 rides. Another shared race. Poole move on to 30, but Swindon very much in control. They are on 36. Heat number 12, and well, we've just had a slight delay where the track could be watered pretty significantly. The lineup for heat number 12, a big race for both teams this one. We've got Tobiasz Musielak. He comes out of gate number 1. Can he join his teammate Jason Doyle as being unbeaten after his first 4 rides? He has looked brilliant so far today. He's won a race off of the unfavoured at gates number 2 and 3, and he comes out off at gate number 1 in this one. Off gate number 2 is Jack Holder. Jack hasn't won a race so far, paid 6 from his 3 rides. Gate number 3, that sees Troy Batchelor. He's just dropped 1 point to the opposition. That was in his last ride to Brady Kurtz. And from the outside is Josh Grajczonek, who so far today has scored 4 points. So Poole, well, they've had a couple of heat winners, only 1 heat advantage. And Swindon, well, they've very much been in the ascendancy all meeting. Heat number 12. It gets underway, and it's a fast start there by the 2 Robins once again. It is Musielak and it is Ellis. They are in 1st and 2nd. They lead the way. In 3rd spot it is Josh Grajczonek. Jack Holder, his season of not getting out of the starts continuing. He is at the back. It is Swindon who are on a 5-1, and this could almost win the tie for them. This would move them 10 points in front with just 3 races remaining. It is Troy Batchelor who could be returning to winning ways in this one. Musielak, unbeaten by a Pirate. He's in 2nd place. In 3rd spot, Holder now has moved ahead of Grajczonek. But it really has been a tale of out of the tapes here today, because Swindon have been much sharper out of the gate than what Poole have all meeting as they start the final lap. And it is Batchelor that leads the way. Musielak in 2nd, Holder in 3rd. Grajczonek is tailed off way at the back, and he's just coming over the line now to complete the 3rd lap. That'll be his race run, as it is Troy Batchelor who wins heat number 12. 2nd place, that goes to Tobiasz Musielak, unbeaten by a Pirate. The Swindon fans in the crowd, they were absolutely delighted with that. That's a massive 5-1 in that one, just as Tobiasz scored a 5-1 with Adam Ellis in heat number 3. He gets a 5-1 there with Troy in heat number 12. and it does see the Robins move on to 41, the Pirates on to 31, a 10-point deficit for the Pirates to overcome. Just 3 heats remaining. What can they do in race 13? Heat number 13, and Poole, where they need nothing less really than a 5-1 in this one. It's going to be tough because the unbeaten Jason Doyle, he comes out off of gate number 1 in this one. Off gate number 2 is Brady Kurtz. Gate number 3, that sees Adam Ellis. And Nicolai Klindt, he comes out off gate number 4. So the 3, as we said earlier, the 3 heat leaders for Swindon, they certainly have had the upper hand over the strength in depth Pirates side here today. Never do know, of course, what's going to happen over any 15 heats. Who'd have thought that the Pirates would have been 8 points in front last night at Blunsdon, but they were until the Robins pulled them back to force a draw. And Poole, well, they had a good result. In fact, at Peterborough on Monday, they only went down by 2 points, just as Swindon also went down by a couple of points against Wolverhampton. The teams, well, they've both been showing good away form, but the Pirates, they've not been showing good home form so far this year. Say they lost it here last week by a couple of points against Kings Lynn in the Premiership Shield, although they had already won it, of course, having won by 10 at the Adrian Flux Arena, but they're down by 10 here today, sorry. Heat 13, can Doyle bring it home for the Robins in this one, and Ellis against Kurtz and Klindt as the race gets underway, and it's a good start by Doyle from the inside. Doyle goes out towards the air fence, but he's still got the speed as Klindt, well, he's had engine failure and he's pulled out of this one, so this is going to be the race where Swindon pick up the Supporters Cup points here, as Doyle it is who leads the way. As Brady Kurtz, well, he has come down on the first bend, and well, in fact, he is the race that's got to be stopped, and well, Nicolai Klindt, in fact, was still going, so a decision for the referee to make, as Kurtz, where you can see him now, he just went out a bit wide there, and well, they can't get his bike to turn it off. Unfortunately, at the moment, the cutout's not working, and they're having all sorts of problems there. And well, it looks like they've sorted that out now, thank goodness. And oh, a bit of a moment there, but well, the bike has stopped, thank goodness. And well, await the result of what's going to happen, whether it's going to be a rerun, as Nigel Leahy is giving out the result. Just waiting for the result. In fact, it's not quite coming yet. We'll be back in a moment. Well, in fact, Nigel Leahy is just obscured a bit there by the other gentleman, but the rerun has been ordered by Ronnie Allen, so Kurtz obviously excluded. Klindt, who did just keep going round at the back, he will be out against Doyle and Ellis in the rerun of Heat 13. So the 3 remaining riders back then for the restart, or rerun rather, of heat number 13 without the excluded Brady Kurtz. So Klindt, well, he didn't get off the start at all, and so he was right at the back when Brady had his fault, and was able to keep, he was still under power though, hence the reason he's allowed to come back out for this rerun of heat number 13 at the Robins, where they've almost certainly got this victory in the bag. They're 10 points up, and they're only against one rider in this one, heat number 13. It gets underway, and it is a good start by Doyle from the inside. He really has just been a class apart here today. He leads the way, although Klindt, well, now he's moved through in the second place ahead of Adam Ellis, who's back in third. It is a 4-2 though for the Robins, and this will seal the deal for them. This will put them 12 points in front with just the two, well, not say nominated races. We've got the fans heat in race 14, and then the nominated race in heat 15 as they start lap number 3. Doyle, he has been quite superb here today. He leads the way, heading towards another victory, although Klindt, well, he's not that far behind, as Jason, well, he's going to come round and start the last lap. He's had 3 wins out of 3 so far. I think may have said he'd had 4, but of course he's only had the 3 rides, but he's going to make it win number 4 in this one. And Nicolai Klindt is going to have to settle for second place. Adam Ellis is going to get a point in third. It is a 4-2 for the visitors. The Spalding Poole fans applaud Jason for that victory. The Robins fans are delighted, of course. So 4 wins out of 4, and the Robins have won here today. They have an unassailable 12-point lead with 2 races remaining, 45 points to them, 33 to Poole. And next up will be the fans heat. So the riders out for heat number 14, and for the first time ever at Wimborne Road, we've got a heat nominated by the supporters. So certainly a bit more involvement for the fans of this great sport of ours. The lineup then we've got the Poole fans, where they have nominated Jack Holder off of gate number 2 and Nicolai Klindt off gate number 4. And for Swindon, where the Robins supporters have gone for Jason Doyle off gate number 1 and Dawid Lampart off gate number 3. And Roscoe, when he was giving out the riders to the assembled masses here, just ahead of heat number 14, he said the rider in the white, in the yellow helmet colour was Frank Lampard. I don't know whether that was a slip of the tongue or whether it was just a mid or a late April fool. But anyway, it is Dawid Lampart, of course. Poole on 33, Swindon on 45. They have been better in all departments really here today. Heat number 14 is about to get underway. Can Doyle finish off with a maximum? It's looking as if it's possible. He's made a good start from the inside, but here comes Klindt around the outside, and Klindt takes the lead. That was a tremendous move by Nikolaj. Certainly showing plenty of fighting spirit there. The Poole number 3, he leads it up then from Doyle in second. In third spot, it is Lampart. At the back, Jack Holder, who did not get out of the gate. It's Nicolai Klindt, though, who's certainly going to give the Poole fans something to cheer about. If he can hold on for another 2 laps, he looks pretty comfortable out in front. The Dane, well, he's had 1 race win so far this evening. Started off with the Pirates this year, having had a couple of seasons where he come in midway through the year. And well, he's starting the last lap with a good lead, or in fact, I think he did start 1 season but failed to finish it. He's has been somewhat injury jinxed as Nicolai, but certainly not here today. He's going to inflict the only defeat on Jason Doyle. He wins heat number 14. The fans certainly cheer that. Second place does go to Doyle. Third spot to Lampart, with Jack Holder failing to score for the first time tonight. A shared heat then, and Poole will move on to 36, Swindon on to 48. So it's not going to make any difference to the outcome of the Supporters Cup points here this today, but that certainly gives the Poole fans something to cheer about, as Nicolai wins his 2nd race of the meeting and celebrates on 1 wheel as we just witnessed. So the riders out for the final race then, and we're just ahead of this final race. We'll give you tonight's scorers, or today's scorers, sorry, up to now. Jack Holder, will he finish with 6 and 1 from his 5 rides? Nicolai Klindt, he scored 13 and 1 from his 6 outings. Nico Covatti scored 4 and 2. Nikolaj, Busk, Jacobsen 5 and 1 for the Robins. And Jason Doyle 14 points, just that 1 defeat today. We just witnessed Dawid Lampart 2 and 2 bonus. Adam Ellis 5 and 1. Dimitri Berge 5 points from 4, and James Sarjeant failed to score. The riders out for this one then, we've got Tobiasz Musielak off gate number 1. Gate number 2 sees Brady Kurtz. Gate number 3, Troy Batchelor from the outside. Grajczonek. The final race gets underway. Can Musielak get his paid maximum? It's looking likely. It is he and Troy Batchelor lead the way. Batchelor out in front. Musielak in 2nd place. Kurtz is in 3rd. Grajczonek is at the back. So the Robins could be finishing in style here with a 5-1 as Grajczonek. He's pulled onto the infield, and well, I say it really has been a case of outgating the Pirates here today by the Robins. They really have had the superior gating prowess at Wimborne Road, and Troy Batchelor, well, it looks like he's just going to drop 1 point to the opposition. Musielak looks as if he's going to get a paid maximum. A tremendous performance by the pole. So the 3 heat leaders for Swindon, well, it looks like they're only going to drop 2 points between them from 15 rides, which is quite amazing, as Batchelor extending his lead out in front. He's going to take the win. 2nd place amongst the dust is going to be Tobiasz Musielak, a tremendous paid maximum from him. 3rd place goes to Brady Kurtz. Grajczonek failing to finish, so a 5-1 to finish with for the visitors then, and well, they win here today. It's been a good Friday for the Robins, certainly not for the Pirates. Swindon winning by 53 points to 37. And we'll just give you today's scores, the rest of today's scorers. Grajczonek, well, he finished with 4 points as celebrations abound there from Musielak. That was quite brilliant. Paid maximum, well done to him and Troy Batchelor. So Grajczonek, he finished with 4 points. Brady Kurtz finished with 5 and 1. And for the Robins, Troy Batchelor, 14 points, a tremendous performance by him. And Tobiasz Musielak, 13 and 2 bonus. Absolutely superb by all three heat leaders for Swindon. A great all-round team performance by the Robins. Congratulations to them. Commiserations to Poole. The parade up of the winning riders hopefully next, and then reaction to the action from the Robins. Well, unfortunately, we was unable to get any words with the Robins. They've gone straight in to get showered and changed after this very dusty meeting here on Good Friday. But Brady Kurtz, you can just see where he's doing part of his duties, giving the autographs there to many of his fans. And well, that just about wraps it up from Wimborne Road here today. The Pirates have got a bit of a mountain to climb. It's only very early in the season, of course, but that was not a good showing by them here today. Hopefully they will regroup and come back strong. They haven't got a match for a couple of weeks. Swindon, well, they've got another meeting on Monday at home in the Supporters Cup against Ipswich. They're on a bit of a roll at the moment. Until next time, it is goodbye from Poole and goodbye from Rerun Productions.